Namaskar. In continuation of my Sanatana Dharma weekly video series, today we are taking up a remarkable episode from the Vishnu Purana, the story of King Prithu and the milking of the earth. This is not just a tale of the past, it is a timeless lesson for rulers, leaders, and indeed for every one of us who holds responsibility, whether for a nation, an organization, a family, and even for one's own life. So, the story behind this is long ago, there was a king named Vena who had strayed far from dharma. He disregarded the Vedas, stopped sacrifices, and ruled with arrogance. So the sages, unable to bear his adharma, withdrew their support, and finally, Vena's life came to an end. But the land was left barren and chaotic. There was no rain, no crops, and the people suffered. The sages, through their divine uh, powers, churned the body of Vena, and from it emerged a radiant, righteous soul, King Prithu, an incarnation of Bhagavan Vishnu himself, destined to restore order and prosperity. When Prithu ascended the throne, he saw that the earth herself, that is the Bhumi Devi, had withheld her bounty. She had taken the form of a cow and refused to yield grain, fruits, and vegetation. And her reason? She had been plundered and exploited for ages without respect or care. Prithu, instead of using force, persuaded dialogue. He followed her patiently, spoke with wisdom, and assured her of protection. And the earth responded, I will give only when treated with respect, when the resources are used for the welfare of all beings, not for selfish greed. So, as per Prithu's guidance, the earth was milked, not just by humans, but by every living being in their own way. The sages milked her for spiritual wisdom, the gods for nectar and divine energy, the asuras for their sustenance, the animals for their food. Prithu thus became the first king to till the earth, laying the foundation of agriculture, balanced use of resources, and righteous governance. So, the earth words to the Prithu, that is in the Vishnu Purana, is Yadamam dharma rajatvam balayishyati pandava tada sarvam pradasyami bhudanam hitakamyaya. That is, when you protect me according to dharma, then I will yield everything for the welfare of all beings. So, King Prithu's leadership teaches us several eternal principles. Governance with compassion. Ruling is not domination, it's a stewardship. Just as a cow gives milk when cared for, the land and the people prosper when respected. And ecology and sustainability. So the earth is not an endless warehouse of resources. She gives only when balance is maintained. And duty over entitlement. A king or any leader is not entitled to exploit. He is obliged to protect. In modern political terms, this is the difference between plundering natural resources for short term gains and nurturing them for future generations. So, how this Vishnu Purana is pertinent to the present generation? Today, our world faces climate change, deforestation, pollution, and exploitation of resources. And the earth's message to Prithu is the same message she is giving us now. Treat me with respect and I will sustain you. Exploit me and I will turn barren. This is not mythology alone. It is ecological truth. When forests are protected, rains come. When rivers are respected, they nourish. When soil is cared for, crops flourish. So, Prithu's diplomacy with the earth is an early lesson in environmental negotiation. When we desperately need today, and a modern uh, example is a good leader is like a farmer, patient, nurturing, and protective of his field. He knows that the soil needs rest, the crop needs care, and the harvest must be shared. So, an exploitative ruler is like a miner who digs without limit and when the resource is gone, leaves a wasteland behind. So, a wise CEO treats his company like fertile land, investing in employees, maintaining balance between profit and ethics, ensuring sustainability. Even in families, the head of the household must be like Prithu, ensuring every member grows in harmony, not just extracting obedience. And imagine the earth as a bank account. If you only withdraw and never deposit, one day the account will be empty. Prithu understood this, that the deposits we make in nature, that is planting trees, conserving water, nurturing soil, etc., ensure that future generations can withdraw from it. And leadership and dharma. Raja dharmena balayet prajaha sarvaha samahit. And dharmena prativim labdva dharmenaiva prayojayet. That is, a king should govern his subjects with dharma. Having obtained the earth through dharma, he should also use her through dharma. And a government that protects forests instead of auctioning them off is like Prithu, ensuring long term prosperity. A corporation that reduces plastic usage is milking the earth without harming her. A community that revives a dried up lake is following Prithu's legacy. On the other hand, illegal mining, overfishing, pollution, these are acts of King Vena, not King Prithu. So, dear friends, the lesson is very clear. The earth does not belong to us, we belong to her. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, all come from her generosity. But generosity is not endless. And Prithu's example tells us if we approach the earth with arrogance, she withholds. If we approach her with humility, she yields beyond measure. So, let our leaders remember a nation is not measured only by GDP, but by the health of its rivers, forests, soil, and the happiness of its people. Let each of us be a Prithu in our own sphere, protecting what is under our care, nurturing what we use, giving back more than we take. So, Mata Bhumihi Putroham Prithivyaha. The earth is my mother and I am her son. And when this truth enters our heart, exploitation becomes impossible. So, friends, as we reflect on the story of King Prithu from Vishnu Purana, let us resolve to protect our resources, to lead with compassion, to act with responsibility towards future generations. This is the dharma of leadership. I invite you to watch the complete video for this week and visit my YouTube channel Yoga Dhyana Dharma and share the message to so that more people understand the wisdom of Sanatana Dharma. Have a wonderful festival season ahead. Best regards, Raju Krishnan, Hyderabad.